What's going on, people? Good morning. Welcome to the Morning View here on United View. Happy Friday. It's nearly the weekend. It's nearly the weekend. That's always a good thing. That is almost 1 week down of the international break and only 1 week left before we get our beloved Man United back and we can get back to business. I'm sure you're all enjoying the international break, watching all of the players and hoping that every single passing minute that goes by, they don't get injured. Yeah. We'll talk a little bit about that towards the end of the show, but it's Takeover. After all of the stuff we spoke about yesterday, after everything we've gone through, there was bits of news coming out in the evening. And again, this is the speculation. This is the rumor mill. This is not guaranteed. This is not absolute 100% fact. This is just what the news was at close of play yesterday. And we were getting reports that the bids that are going to go in, well, the bid that has gone in by Sir Jim Ratcliffe's Ineos, and the bid that is about to go in, second bid from the Qataris, may not be enough. We're not effing leaving. You know, the Glazers could be on that. They're pushing for the $6 billion, and there are some reservations about that. So we're going to talk about that. First of all, smash a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Please don't be a disgrace and cheat. Recently, I have to say this. We've been being disgrace and cheats. We have. Yeah, I will say that. I'm not ungrateful.
We need to shoulder some responsibility, I think, as well.
Absolutely.
Because, sometimes it takes a prompt. People forget, you get so engrossed. I mean, this is, A+++++ content going on. And sometimes you get so engrossed, you get so angry of what's going on with the takeover stuff. You think, oh, I've forgotten to like, we've all been there. So if you do it early on, you don't even have to worry about it.
Let's get in there. But housekeeping rules over. You know what I mean? Morning family, says Adrian. Let's get a few comments out, actually. I feel good. It's Friday, man. I feel good. I actually do feel good. Shah says, big up flex. Chris says, morning, people. Mark says, yo, morning. Alex says, today I feel... And Kufei says, good morning, fam. And Jedi Pro says, morning, flex. And Owen, happy Friday, lads. Like, good feeling in the chat, man. I like Fridays. And actually, it's just quite bright outside. It's probably cold still. I don't know, but
it's on the turn, isn't it? We're getting into sort of spring territory now. The clocks go back. When do they go back? Is that this weekend or next weekend?
It's this. Yeah, I think it's this weekend.
Do they go back or forward? Something involving time.
They go back. Yeah, they go back.
They go back.
Yeah, so that's lighter.
So it gets bright. Yeah, it gets lighter longer. Yeah, which I like. I always enjoy waking up it being bright. I always enjoy, when the working day kind of finishes around 6 o'clock, and then you can still go. I tell you what, I can do something with my evening. I can go outside, and it's nice and bright, and the day feels more open with possibilities, isn't it? Once you get into the springtime, as you get into the summer. So yes, it's nice. Nice Friday.
It is nice. It is nice. Just a little bit, just coming in. I mean, there's been an aggregator account that's put that Laurie Whitwell said this. It said that Jim Ratcliffe was the one who asked for more time. Rain informed Sheikh Jassim's team, who digested the news and decided to withhold their bid. Now, I've clicked on Laurie Whitwell's actual account, and he hasn't put that out right now. So I'm guessing that's from something he put from last night. Because the last time he tweeted,
it could be an article that just dropped that he hasn't promoted.
Yeah, he hasn't put up on his thing. Yeah, so we'll see which one of those is. But quite a reputable account. Don't usually put out things that people haven't said in quotes. But Sir Jim Ratcliffe was the one that asked for more time. Rain informed Sheikh Jassim's team, who digested the news. This is incredible, and decided to withhold their bid. So me and Owen are going at it. The buyers. Sorry, Owen rings the intermediaries and says, need more time.
Yeah.
The intermediaries ring me and I go, bit of poker here. Let me just hold back. Owen needs a bit more time. Wonder why he needs a bit more time. What's his bid going to be? Oh, and Andy says it was on Talk of the Devils. So I think that was last night. They did their podcast. But I don't know. Oh, yeah, the clocks go forward.
Forward. Oh, you're just gracious shit.
Yeah, sorry. So Flex telling us to put the clocks back. Well, then maybe we'd be on time. Wait, would that work in KG's favour or not? He'd be early. If I told him
I say just in general, when you're using times with KG, always go with 2 hours before. Then he might show up on time, maybe. Yeah. By the way, he's never late. If you ask him, I'm never late, apart from all the times which I am late.
He is late,
which is all the time. But to pick up on that, that was something that was kind of put out there when all of this fiasco was happening, was that there was this sort of discrepancy between who did they ask for an extension, were they offered one, and basically, as we always say, Flex, the truth was actually somewhere in between. One asked, one was offered, if that report is accurate, because, you know, Ineos basically said, can we have a bit more time? Okay. And then they said to the 92 Foundation, well, they're taking a bit longer, so you can take a bit longer if you want to as well. What would be interesting to know is, was the same courtesy put to everyone, every bidder? Because reportedly there was, what, 8 bidders for the minority stakes, where they offered, well, you know, this person asked for a bit more time, so if you want a bit of extra time, you can get it. Or was it just to the big hitters that are trying to get this full transaction? Was it just to them? And to be honest, from Sheikh Jassim's point of view, we said this before, didn't we? If I'm, you know, battling with someone and I hear that they're going to take a bit longer, and I'm offered the opportunity to take a bit longer, you've got sort of two choices, really. You can say, no, I'm just going to carry on doing it as it is, and maybe hope that you please the people you're bidding to, because you did it on time and you played by the book and all that kind of stuff. And they go, yeah, these guys are serious because, you know, they're every deadline, they've been good. Or you risk it a little bit and you say, hey, why don't we wait and see if they put theirs in first? Like, as basically what's happened, put their bid in first, then have a call around, say, hey, can you get me some details on that? I know NDAs and all this kind of stuff, but can you get some details on how much? And do we go a little bit higher, or do we take this moment to say, well, they actually went a bit higher than we thought they were going to? Screw it. Let's just go 6 and see what happens. You know, that's the territory we're in. But again, with all of this, it's all very hearsay, isn't it? It's all hearsay. They said, were they offered? No, I don't know if they were offered. Bid's gone in. It hasn't gone in. Wow, it's not been received. Let me check my email again. Let me check my email again. Flex. Let me check my spam box.
Spam folder, spam. When you're talking about spam, and junk mail.
Who checks it? Who checks it? I don't.
No, you only check it if, like in these circumstances where if you say, listen, mate, I sent you that thing, maybe it's gone to your spam, then you check it. You don't just on a regular day just casually. Well, I don't anyway. Maybe you guys do in the chat. I don't just calmly just randomly just go, let me see what the spam's on today. Like, you just don't do it.
But again, like from like Ineos, if you're getting an email from Ineos, right, multi-billion-pound company, that ain't going to the junk. It's not.
No,
I'm pretty sure your Gmail or your Outlook or whatever, they go, this doesn't seem. To be fair,
Yahoo.
To be fair, your Hotmail. To be fair, if something in the subject says like 5 billion offer, it actually might. Because they go, that's a load of bullshit.
What I mean. That's just bullshit. Yeah. Sometimes I will be honest. Sometimes I have had, you know, like serious things that have gone to junk. I have occasionally. I have. Yeah. I have where the person where you're like, I haven't got it, and the person's like, I definitely sent it. And they're like, check your junk. It might have gone there, and then it is there. I'm going to be honest, just out of real curiosity, I don't know why, you know, off topicness. I'm just checking my spam just to see what's in there. Yeah.
You get some wild stuff, don't you?
Bloody hell.
Yeah.
Oh, well, okay. I'm just going to delete all those.
Yeah.
I think interesting. It's usually it is spam. It is just people trying to sell you stuff. Or
I think the last time I checked my spam folder, junk folder, I mean, I don't even know why I'm here, because by all accounts, I'm entitled to about 100 billion pounds.
That you haven't claimed yet.
I've got
the ones from the cars, you know, them diesel things. You've got to claim this.
Yeah.
It's pathetic. It is pathetic. But that's where we are. And then obviously the back end of yesterday, it was more talking about that these bids are not enough. The bids are not going to be enough. I mean, let's just go through some of the reports that were coming out last night and who they were coming from. I'll stress, and I will stress this, as a discussion point, because there's been so many journalists, whether it's Ben Jacobs, whether it's Carve, whether it's what's his name, Mike Keegan, you know, to name but a few, who have been all over this. Obviously, Laurie Whitwell and the Athletic all over it. You know, Ornstein's trying to get in there, but he hasn't been like the main guy. There's been a few that are really, I think Mike Keegan and Ben Jacobs are like, and obviously Carve, they're like the ones where minute by minute, or as soon as something's said or may not be said, who knows, they're on it. But Mike Keegan had some stuff to say, didn't he?
He did. So he said there is a feeling that the bids may not be deemed high enough, and these bids from Ineos and the incoming one from Sheikh Jassim may not be deemed high enough, and both Sheikh Jassim and Ratcliffe could actually be out of the running by the next stage, which again, that's pretty significant. It continues saying, if the Glazers refuse to budge, the likelihood of a full sale going through is minimal. Indeed, there are growing concerns that those seeking to buy the club are wasting their time. Insiders say the Glazers expect, quote, well above £6 billion for the sale of Manchester United. So already there, the goalpost, they've moved once again, because that asking price, if that's true, but that asking price was reportedly 6. Now they're saying well above 6. Well above 6 to me, 7.
When did that? I mean, this is what we were talking about last night, wasn't it? When you said, because we said, well, imagine a $6 billion comes in, and you said, I don't know what they would do. They'll probably ask for more. This basically is saying that will happen. But does it even say that 6 billion? Yeah, it says if 6 billion comes in. What was that bit again?
Well, it says again, insiders say the Glazers expect well above 6 billion for the sale of Manchester United. There are feelings that the bids may not be deemed high enough, and both Sheikh Jassim and Ratcliffe could be out of the running by the next stage. So I think what he's trying to imply is that they might put in like a 5 or a 5.5, and the Glazers might be like, no, if it's not above 6, we're not interested, and we're moving on.
Ridiculous. Like that never really was. When all these, and this is what I find crazy, right? Unless these journalists are being briefed by people from the Glazers who are making these games happen, right? Because I'm not sure that they've got a line into the Glazers. I don't know. I'm not sure about
maybe not the Glazers, but maybe the Rain Group.
Maybe the Rain Group, right? Even if it's them, I just feel like obviously all the journalists said that 6 billion's the one, because that's way above what Man United's worth. Yeah, it's obviously a record. Exactly, it's nearly double. That was like nobody spoke about it being more than that, like 7-8 billion. Nobody until right now in the middle of the bidding process. I just don't know, man. It's just so fishy, bro. Like it's just nothing is adding up, and that's why when I was like yesterday, I was like just taking myself back and be like, the media's going to media, man. The media's going to media, and it's just a jungle out there. Don't get me wrong. The things that are being said, they're massively concerning. If you take them as fact, and say, that's definitely true, you're massively worried because you're saying, right, it's going to be 6 billion down on the table and they still won't sell. This is all a farce. This is just a game to them. They just want to stay. They just want to stum up the funds to stay, which they already have an offer to do that. So that puts you on the back foot. Like you've been saying, you're just concerned about it. And I hear that. But then if you take a step back and you just think, we've literally been told, and this is to not believe one way or another and just chill. We've been told every single thing under the sun during this time, haven't we? Really? We've
roulette, we're betting on everything.
Every single eventuality, every single outcome. Do not rule out the Glazers staying. The Glazers will walk away if it is not enough. The Glazers want a world record fee. They now want more than 6 billion. But we've also been told that bids in excess of the 5 will make them sell. We've also been told the Qataris and that are willing to pay whatever it takes. But we were told before that overpay, which would be this territory. We were also told before that they won't overpay. We were told that Sir Jim Ratcliffe, more about his deal, about who's getting the money from. Then we're told about the extension. Then we've just been told every single thing that could possibly happen. And I think actually, when I deep it, and I've been saying it for a little bit now since the last probably 24 hours, I'm just like, they don't know. They don't know. They don't know. I'm being honest. I don't think any of these know. Yes, they're getting little briefs. They're getting little bits of information. Some of that I think is planted for extra, obviously he's going to run with that. He's going to put that out. Glazers still might not sell. It's 6 billion. Go and put that out. Get it all, get the rumor mill going. I believe that. But also I think a lot of it's guesswork. I do.
I agree with you. I think a lot of it's guesswork. And also as well, a lot of it is the same line said in a different way.
Yeah.
Because the Glazers, the possibility of them staying has been said from the beginning. but it's twisted and maybe added in a new word in and a new detail here, a new detail there, and it's then suddenly the recipe is a new story. But I can when I see that bit when Mike Keegan says that those seeking to purchase the club are concerned they might be wasting their time, I can see why they would feel that, because to me that does make sense. Because if you're told, or the feelers you get from the beginning are, you know, you are going to have to overspend, but to your point, maybe 5.5 will do it. Maybe they are looking for 6, something like that. And you start off at 4.5 and then you put in 5 or maybe a bit higher. And then you hear they want well over 6. You go, what am I doing here then? Because you're moving the goalposts. Your valuation is getting bigger and bigger as my offer's getting larger and larger. So we're never going to meet. So if we're never going to meet, what am I doing here? And all of this, exactly. all of this, even if nobody buys the club, all of this costs money. You know, it doesn't get done for
just
free.
To do.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? There's law firms that have to get involved, financial brokers that have to get involved, let alone just a waste of time, which even as a fan at the moment, reading it all and hearing it all, and every 5 minutes, like you said, hearing a different thing, you go like, you know, you feel like you're wasting your time a bit. And I've seen people even saying this morning, and I was saying it to you last night, like, I'm tired of this, you know, and it feels wrong because it shouldn't be something that you feel tired about, because it's the future of Manchester United. And whatever happens is going to be a real pivotal point in the club's history. But already you're getting bogged down by the minutiae of it, and you're getting bogged down by the misinformation of it. And it's like with everything with the Glazers at Manchester United, the moment that whole thing happened a couple of nights ago, where the bids are in, no, they're not in, and then that didn't happen, what's going on? I went, well, this is a circus now. And then it's just got worse over the last 24 hours. The circus is really truly in town. The tent's up. You know, the clowns are out juggling. What other circus acts there are, I don't know, because it's crazy, let alone the Finnish guy. I mean, he even went on telly last night to try and say, no, it's not a publicity stunt. Oh,
I know. I saw that. Yeah. A couple of super chats here, a few super chats. One from Soem says, I can't stand the Glazers anymore. Ripping my club. Even that word anymore. I mean, when did we? Maybe like the first month or so, first couple of months before. I wonder what these guys are going to be on, and then it just went downhill from there. Lil Yo-Yo says the Glazers have made me despise anything glazed. I ain't gonna lie.
For me, I won't go too far.
Double glazing window. I like glazed donuts.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't even go window straight away. It went straight to Krispy Kremes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Big up, but I hear what you're saying with that.
Yeah.
Someone says no journalists have a clue, they're just trying their luck. And WJ Barrett says put 6 bill up, it's gone. Jim and Shake mugging for me. I don't know, man. If 6 bill arrives, surely they got to sell. Tabislow says almost 1.1k watching and only 171 likes. Disgraceful. Disgrace cheats. You guys know what to do with that. Please smash a like on the video on the way in. 1,100 people watching this fine Friday morning. And yeah, we're just in this position where I just could go either way. And seeing the bit that's being reiterated this morning, which is whatever Laurie Ribbo said during the podcast, of after being informed of an extension for Ratcliffe, Sheikh Jassim was I'm just giving him titles now. Sheikh Jassim
also as well. That could sound like in a sort of Jamaican accent. Sheikh Rassim.
Yeah, exactly. Sheikh Rassim, bro. Oh my god. Sheikh Jassim was not prepared to enter his bid when the situation might change. So it looks like it wasn't him who was doing it. It was more, well, like I said, he's fought over there. He's asked for an extension. What's going on here? I don't know why. Let me not put my thing in first. Let me just wait. But I don't know. I'll be deadly honest. This is just going to go on and on and
on.
I
had a moment last night.
We thought the Frankie de Jong situation was bad.
I know.
It's going to be 10 times worse.
We were messaging last night when we were thinking about what we're going to talk about in the morning. And I had a bit of a moment. I just went, they're staying. They're staying. I'm worried. I said it yesterday. I said it yesterday that I was worried. And you know what? I'm even more worried now. They're staying. I think they might stay.
You're just going with it. Yesterday I asked you which way do you think it would go.
I said,
and you was like, I don't. Yeah, you said you didn't know. Fast forward, not even 24 hours.
A day.
And you're saying
I think
they're staying. You've come, yeah. Why are you on that? What's
It's all
changed?
bullshit,
Why?
Flex. It's like all this. Honestly, the
He's
goal
bad.
because the goalposts keep moving, and like, not that nothing's happening. It's not because a day later and the club's not been sold or anything like that. It's just like. But then I have this conversation with myself, and I say, but this is all negotiating. Think of the situation that the club is in. Think of the situation the club is in right now. They still need cash. They still need money. Right. But there is options on the table to get said money from people like Elliot. That worries me. Have you seen how flexible Elliot are being as well? Yeah. It's not only we'll give cash to the Glazers, it's also other people. They're saying, well, if you haven't got enough,
we just want in.
We'll jump in. You know?
Join in, yeah.
And I don't know. I'll wait for this bid to come out later today from Sheikh Jassim, and we'll see what happens.
I only party on Monday night says this. What a name, by the way. What a name for a YouTube. Guys, let's be patient. Nothing good comes easy. Believe. Let's all calm down. Because otherwise, we're all just going to be too anxious. We're heading into the weekend. You want to be a family and stuff like that. And your peoples, who you are, all your peoples and stuff. And everyone wants to be calm. And if we go into it like this, we're not going to be. Okay? We're a massive football club. We're talking about world record bids with many, many cogs to this wheel. Many movable parts. Can't get done really quickly. It's obviously not going to happen by the April. No. Let's just get a bit of calm. Because I hear what you're saying. It is concerning. But the news of equal absurdity has been from we're literally hearing everything. We're hearing everything. Glazers really do want to sell. People are turning up to Old Trafford, opening up the books, showing them the books. Something's happening. We've got to keep calm.
Something's happening. You sound like that Barca account all over again. Big things
Something's happening. Big things are happening. Okay.
But I mean, they're saying it. I mean, it says here, when it said with Mike Keegan's thing, when he said that Sir Jim and Sheikh Jassim could be out by the next stage, then they are staying. That's confirmed. They will be staying.
Correct.
We are walking a tightrope. We are walking an absolute tightrope at the moment. And the next 7 days are going to be critical, absolutely critical, because they said they're going to get responses in 7 days. And most likely you feel like if these bids are nowhere near what the Glazers are looking for, then they're going to go, right, round 3. And to be fair, some of these big hitters, like, Sheikh Jassim or Ineos or Jim, they might be like, we don't want to do a round 3, we're not going to get that much.
What do you want? Just tell us what you want.
Just tell us. Tell us your number. Forget this sort of blind bidding kind of thing here. Tell us at this stage, we've put 2 bids in. What do you want? Tell us what you want, and we can tell you yes or no. And then we go from there. But the problem is, I don't even think the Glazers know what they want. I don't think they know, which seems crazy to go into a sale process. I'm considering selling my house. What do you want for it? I don't know.
Don't know. Yeah, don't know. And you just see how you feel at the point when it comes in.
As they're coming in.
Yeah. But that's why I'm not sure. Actually, that's the wrong word to use there, Flex. I'm not sure. I would still marginally believe more than, that if the big boy bid of the 6 bill come in, they're going to say no to that. Someone said yesterday.
I don't think they know how they're going to react.
Yeah, they don't know. But someone said yesterday that would they make 4.5 billion? What they bought it? Well, they leveraged debt to get the club for 500 million and actually buy it for that. But you know what I mean? For 500 million, and it's in debt of 600 whatever taken out. Would they make 5 billion or 5.5 if it got sold for 6 billion? Would they make 5.5 billion? For the whole time that they carried on owning the club, taking out in dividends? They wouldn't.
No. They
never would.
Again, this is the.
So why would they not? It's that versus just the name of saying you own Man United.
what we said yesterday. And do you want the power? You know, money, a certain amount of money is enough for some people, but power, you know, you can't quantify that.
Because even this now, they're dirty, stinking rich for the rest of their life. Like money's not a thing.
Yeah. I'm telling you, when you start getting into these sort of proper wealthy levels, money's obviously part of it, but what really appeals to them is power. You know, having control, having the status of we own Manchester United, you know, and are they willing to give that up? And everyone does have a price, but again, I don't know what their price is. I don't think they know what their price is, which is scary. But then I say to myself, yeah, but to get into this process, like the Rain Group surely would not get into all of this. You know, they would not get into this process without going to them. Okay, what's your price? You know, what are we going to do? You know, how much are you looking for? I don't know.
You sound so dumb. Because do you know what's funny? Because you just flipped it. You just like, you know what? I know you said that last night, but I thought that was just in rage. I didn't think that still carried on to today. I thought you just calmed down from saying they're staying, but it doesn't look all rosy, does it? And I think we just like Lil Yo-Yo says, he goes, Owen needs a hug, fam. He's just getting tired. He's feeling like we all are. Let's have it right. He's feeling like we all are, because actually this is tedious. This is tedious. People from other clubs would tune into this and go, bloody Man United fans, look at them moaning. Oh, it could be worse, this, that, and the other. And I get it. Every club or every person's got their own shit going on inside their own house. I get that. But come on, man. Like, for us, this is like, we've wanted this for so long. And actually, this is the reason why we feel this frustration is not just because of the Glazers. It's because of how attached to the club we are and what we really want to happen. Like, we're so close. We're so close to something major happening. And there are real, and that's why we haven't lost hope, because there are real life people with real life actual bids trying to buy this football club.
Yes.
All we need, which is what's making us feel worse, but all we need is the Glazers to say yes. Yeah. That's all we need them to just green light it, whether it's Sir Jim or whether it's the Glazers. Here's one for you. I know some people are saying, I don't want Sir Jim Ratcliffe. This is more for you guys at home rather than just Owen, but I mean, you guys at home, I just want you to put in the chat. A lot of people haven't wanted Sir Jim Ratcliffe to take over the football club. If it was a choice between Sir Jim Ratcliffe or the Glazers stay, is that an easy one? Is everyone just going Sir Jim Ratcliffe, go in a new direction? Easy, yeah?
Right. Easy.
Good.
You know,
I just wanted to see
as I said before, I think there's still, you know, there's still red flags about all of that. You know, the debt's still there. It's still majority shareholding. You know, so Dave Brailsford maybe coming in, who's not a football man. There are all quite red flags that have been similar to, you know, Glazer-ish, but still, they're my goodness me, far better. All day. You know, just something different, something new. Them away, you know. And I don't think
them away, just get them out.
Them away. Yeah. Of course.
We'll in between us. Make them move. Get them out. Yeah. Get them off.
Them away. Them away. Shoo.
Yeah. It's crazy because I think the thing that really hurts the most is you just don't know when it's going to happen. Like
and look, I mean, thinking about it too. Let's take the Chelsea bid, Chelsea takeover, for example, and obviously that wasn't as much as United, and that was a different circumstance because it was, you know, government sanctioned, etc. But that got fairly chaotic at points, right? You know, it did, you know, and I think we didn't follow it as closely as we're following this one because we're not Chelsea fans. But at the same time, it did feel like there was a lot of, you know, mystery surrounding it about bids going in, about consortiums coming together. It just felt like randomly one day you'd hear this consortium suddenly has put in a bid for Chelsea, or you know, Sir Jim Ratcliffe randomly came in like well after the deadline. We want to buy Chelsea. And was like, why? And he's like, we had to think these things through, and you know, blah, blah. So I guess maybe it's as fans, you expect something this expensive and this big to have some kind of structure to it. And maybe this is just a reality check that it doesn't work like that. It is chaotic, you know, it is chaotic, and it is the Wild West. And it is people flinging bids left, right, and center and putting stuff out to the media and muddying the waters and sabotage and whatever, and deadlines being missed, and then, you know, extensions being granted. Some people get their bids in on time and all this kind of stuff. Maybe that's just what it is. And maybe we have to be, and I'm speaking to myself here, maybe just have to be real about that.
Yeah, and calm, because
I know,
which is the hardest bit, obviously, because, you know, we want to just know. We just want to see in flashing lights bid accepted of Qatar or Sir Jim Ratcliffe, because those are the main two, aren't they? I mean, yesterday I saw that Thomas Ziliakis was talking. Football Daily put it up. I don't know who he was actually talking to, whether it was Sky/Football Daily or whether they've taken it from somewhere, but he was just basically saying that, you know, it's not a publicity stunt. He really does want the fans to be at the forefront of his bid, and he believes that that's what should happen. But again, a lot of reports are reporting that is a publicity stunt, and that won't work. And actually, even seeing how we wanted it to be, I just couldn't see it happening. I know we had a little bit of a laugh about it yesterday, but on a serious note, it's like, I don't see how his is a viable option. I really don't. And I'm just being respectful now. If I'm being honest, I don't see it. I don't see it.
They just wouldn't accept that. I mean, if they're looking for bids of, you know, a more than 6 billion, and he comes in with 3 and says, I'm going to get the other 3 soon, it's coming from fans, but we're going to have to, when's that?
Surely he'd have to buy it all, even if he wanted to do what he said.
Yeah,
surely he'd have to buy it all and then sell it, and then sell that.
And then the fans have to, I don't. It's just like, it doesn't make a lot of sense. And
he was saying in that video, sorry, just quickly, he was saying in that video, like, you know, money's not a problem. You know, the funds are there. I'm like, but how? You just said that you only want to buy it for 3 million, and the fans got to buy the rest.
Yeah,
I don't know.
And the numbers just didn't really add up in terms of like an app. This would have to be one of the most popular apps in the world, you know, akin to a Facebook, an Instagram, a WhatsApp, a TikTok. I mean, not even Twitter has 1 billion users monthly.
Yeah.
Like
the maths just weren't mathing. Speaking of the numbers, Mason says that you've got to respect his idea, though. Bundesliga do it too. Do it like that, no. And I know, obviously, with Bayern Munich, I think Dortmund like that as well.
Bayern Munich they are ruthless. Fleck. Ruthless. They go to second in the league. Manager's gone. Doesn't matter what he did in the Champions League, Nagelsmann. Doesn't matter. What's their point in it? I think they're going to Bundesliga. Gone. See you later. And not only are you gone, Thomas Tuchel, you're in straight away.
Crazy.
Done.
Yeah, because he's available and he's sitting there as well. But that's just like, can we get Nagelsmann as a number 2 with Eric or number 3?
You know, he's going to get that Spurs job, isn't he? He's going to go to Spurs now or something like that.
Nagelsmann, Spurs, that'll do all right, you know.
They were saying that the reason they think that they did act as quickly as they did too is because Spurs were talking to Tuchel, and it was like, actually,
they're getting
Spurs, and they were like, right, we want Tuchel, done.
Yeah,
but still, at the same time,
if he did go to Spurs, for how crap Spurs have been, they don't deserve him. They don't deserve to get someone like
he plays better football than Conte, doesn't he? If they're talking about playing progressive football or whatever, that would be better. He's not going to get. He's not walking into a good squad. You know, he's not. Do you think Julian Nagelsmann could get Harry Kane to stay?
No,
is that the kind of manager that he would think, actually, you know, young project?
No. Do you know why? Because Harry Kane's been through it all. He's been through Jose, who you think could make. Well, I know that he did stay through these managers, but he's stayed through a serial winner in Jose, didn't win anything. Stayed through a serial winner in Conte, didn't win anything. Time's getting on. He's 30. I don't think even if Pep went there, I think he'd still leave. Like I think he realizes that. Yeah, maybe not Pep, but you know what I mean. Like Spurs, I'm exaggerating a bit, but no, like louder. They're Spurs. No, they're judged, man. They're Spurs, bro. No.
Do the Conte impression. This is what they do.
Yeah, this is it. The Tottenham is this. This is the Tottenham.
This is the Tottenham.
This is the Tottenham.
This is their story.
Alibi for the players. Yeah, keep doing this. Yeah. Because he starts laughing in between. The players. They're easier. play under no pressure. It's easy like this. It's easy like this. Tottenham is this is the 20 years. They win nothing. Why?
Why? Yeah. Tell me why? Yeah.
I big up AGT. Yeah, he did a brilliant one on DR.
He
Sports.
did a really good one.
So funny. That was brilliant. I had to text him after that. If you haven't seen that, check that out on DR Sports with X is there. Just being spoken to by Alex. And then to be fair, X gets him at the end. He says, "You're so good at accents. You want to bring one of them accents to Cop TV. To a Scouts." You got him. Good. Questions just too quick.
But yeah, it's true when it comes to the Bayern. They are ruthless. Although I did see some people saying Nagelsmann could go to Real Madrid because there's this rumor that Ancelotti might become like the Brazil manager or something like that at the end of the season.
Wow, Ancelotti's like he's just clocked so many levels. It's like you are literally one of the godfathers. Like bro, he went Everton.
I know that's so weird, isn't it? And when he was there, he did all right with Everton as well. But when he was there, like he was just on touchline sipping coffee. You know what I mean?
Bro, he went Everton just cause I am one of the most decorated managers ever. I'm in like top 5 in history. Yeah. Because I am that guy. Yeah. I've managed through big generations of football, right? And he just ended up at Everton, and then he was like, right. Do you know what? I've had a little mess about here, messing that, it's like I went soft play, just mess about. Let me just go back to the big boy league. Let me just.
Yeah. I think next season, he literally was Everton. He went back to Real Madrid that season, Champions League. With an eyebrow, like.
Yeah, I was doing the people's eyebrow the whole way. And weren't no little man easy journey. He done it the hardest possible way you could ever do it. Light work. Smoked all the big teams. All of them. From coming behind, last-minute goals, unbelievable.
They'll do it again
this year. And still done it to Liverpool again this year.
Yeah, don't rule it out. I know they got a difficult draw this year. People go, but honestly, watch them.
Madrid, man. Yeah. But you do feel at some point they can't keep doing it. Surely someone's got to topple them because they are Europe. Like they are it.
Benzema, Modric. They, for whatever reason, they save it. They save it for those games. And they show up.
So good.
It's something else. Would you take, because his contract, did he sign a new 1-year extension? I don't think he has yet.
The answer is yes. The answer is yes.
1 year.
I don't care how old. I would, 100%. Just to be, do you know how mad it is? Just to be braced by his sheer presence. Just so I can say that for a season, I got to see Modric game in, game out in front of my eyes. Because don't get it twisted. What's he, 38, 37, isn't he? 38.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. But he's not getting worse.
He ain't, bro. He would still Premier League as well, where Premier League everyone talk. Look what Casemiro's done coming Premier League. Casemiro, spraying passes, flipping, chopping it, fading the ball, looking nice, dictating play, getting goals, getting forward. Not just a shithouse. He's actually playing ball. Imagine what Modric would still do. He could play. Modric could play till he's 40 in the Premier League. I swear to you.
He's 38 in September, and
Modric could get a 2-year deal. Man United
under Eric, deep line playmaker.
And you know what the maddest thing is? Give him what he wants.
Yeah.
Give him what he wants. Because what would he be on a free? If he'd be on a free, I'd give him 500 grand a week. 2 years.
Give him 500k. You give him 500k.
I'd give him 500 grand a week. If he was for free, I'd give him 500k a week.
Under the new
500k a week. Don't care. Whatever it is, I'd give him what he wants. I'll give him anything.
You said he would win us the league.
Still need a striker.
If we got, okay, let's say we got Harry Kane, not Osimhen. Let's say we got Harry Kane and Luka Modric.
Treble.
Seriously, what Champions League?
Treble. Nah, obviously, I'm being stupid, but look, they're all hypotheticals, isn't it? And the one man can't do everything.
We'd have some old players in our team, by the way.
I wouldn't give a shit. I would not care.
We'd have like 4 players that are like 30 plus.
Listen, mate, you need that. You need experience.
Our midfield would be Casemiro, Eriksen, and Modric.
Oh,
all 30 plus.
Don't care, mate. All flipping, making the young boys and that running around doing flipping shuttle runs, mate, in midfield. Could not get the ball off them.
For a big game,
Modric and Cruz do.
For a Champions League game, like, big knockout Champions League game, you go, that midfield, they'll do a job. All season, you couldn't have that all season.
No.
It wouldn't last.
Look, obviously, I'm exaggerating my point of like 500k a week, win the treble, forget more. I'm just trying to show you how much I love this guy. Obviously, I wouldn't do that, and obviously, we can't do that. But I'm just saying,
350.
Yeah. What's Casemiro on?
He's not on 350.
He's on that. He's on 300, isn't he?
Casemiro, Man United wage. I don't care. He earns £10.5 million a year, but that doesn't do anything for me.
I don't know what that is. You have to divide that by what? 52.
He's on 350k a week.
Casemiro's on 350k a week.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bit mad. You can't really be bringing in 2 men on that. That's flipping heck. That's
for plus 30.
That's 700.
2 plus 30.
That's nearly £1 million a week on plus 30. But here's the thing on that plus 30 thing, though. Yeah, listen, don't get twisted with this. I don't get into that. I go on just how effective they are and how long they can do it for. The plus 30 thing, people act like, oh, it's 30. That means they're washed, bro. Listen, if the plus 30 means if they're world class, which these two players are, means they come straight in now and they do the damn thing. There ain't no waiting for them to get good in 2 years like a spring chicken. I get that. You're paying what you're paying the premium for with a 30-year-old, which is why people say you shouldn't, which I don't get, is you're paying for them to do it now. I've got no problem with a 30-year-old that costs 70 million if he still plays like a 70 million pound player, if he still affects the game in a 70 million pound way, if he gives you 70 million pound results, 70 million pound trophies. If we get to the end of the season, and I know we wouldn't have won the Champions League or the Premier League, so I get it. It's not the creme de la creme. But with what was offered to us, realistically, FA Cup, Carabao Cup, Europa League, if we get 2 of them and a top 4 finish, that's 70 million pounds worth. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and also people, when it comes to wages and price tags, and we always say this, we say this a lot during the transfer window. No one cares about how much you cost or how much you're on if you're winning. No one cares. Like if you win something, you're a success. Put it this way: if Harry Maguire, right, it's not the best example, but if Harry Maguire came in 80 million and we had won Premier League title since then, no one would be going, 80 million or whatever. Like the Virgil van Dijk thing, people can say he's like, he's not as good as he once was. But when he came in, was it record fee for a defender? But look what they won. They won everything.
No one said they overpaid for Van Dijk.
It was worth it.
They didn't overpay. Exactly. It's worth it.
They might have said it initially, but now, no, you would say no.
You can't say it. Exactly. You need Medsfleck. Modric is too old for the Premier League. No, he's not. Are you seeing? Did you see? Here's the thing, yeah. Wizard, big up to you, yeah. Big up to you. Here's the thing why I disagree with that. Are you seeing what these men are doing at the most pinnacle level of football? 2 Premier League teams. Did you see the ball Modric played with the outside of his boot against Chelsea? You know the one where Rodrigo scored? Someone put it in the chat. The one where Rodrigo scored. It was probably the most, obviously it's up there with one of the most like eye-catchingly beautiful goals. The way that he like outside the boot, first time, Rodrigo. I think it was Chelsea. Someone put in the chat. I'm sure it was Chelsea last year. Even this year. Did you see what he was doing against Liverpool? Home and away. That little kid, yeah, and I'm not throwing shade at him because he's good and he's at the start of his career and you're playing against a senior vet. Did you see that breakaway goal at Anfield when Modric, that Bajcetic was near Modric and he just flicked it past him and accelerated past him? Spring chicken. He was doing
the World Cup as well.
Oh my God, I was there. Oh my God, the World Cup, I forgot. Bro, when Croatia played against Brazil, yeah. I was there when it went to penalties. I was at that game. Him and Kovacic, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my. They were balling out against Casemiro, against flipping. Who else was in that midfield?
Their midfield three was Modric, Kovacic, and Brozovic, and every single game they were like ridiculous.
The only problem with Croatia was that the top end they just didn't have the bite.
Yeah, they didn't have it. You know
what I mean? They didn't have the forwards. You know what's his name?
That's why they win on penalties every time because they'll just pass the ball game and then they get depends, and then they've actually got technique players, so they'll score at least 3 or 4 penalties.
I'm telling you now, Modric this year is playing way above the standard of any. You talk about Paulina having a great effect on this league. Partey doing amazing things. Casemiro doing amazing things. If Modric was in this Premier League now, he'd take the piss out of it. Yeah. Prem's crap. He's got some bang average players running around.
Ballon d'Or winner as well. Forget that.
Exactly. He is definitely not too old for the Prem. I do stand by this. Forget the money and all that. Yeah, I like these kind of talking about things like this. Forget the money of like, yeah, you'd give him stupid money. I agree with that. Obviously, I can't give like that. But what I'm saying is if there was a circumstance where he could have a 2-year deal after leaving Real Madrid on a free today at 37, so he could go to his 39, yeah, in the Prem. I'm telling you now, not a problem. Obviously, he needs to be in a decent midfield where other people can do stuff. You can't just have him, you know what I mean, and no runners and no other people who got any tech or anything like that. But I'm telling you now, if you dropped him into City's midfield with Rodri like just behind him and Bernardo Silva or De Bruyne or whatever running the show, if you dropped him into Man United alongside Casemiro, ironically, and Eriksen or Bruno, however you want, running the show. If you dropped him into Chelsea's got Enzo Fernandez, Kante to come back, Kovacic, ironically, still there. He'd run the show. Midfield. Drop him into Arsenal behind sorry to swear, behind Odegaard, next to Partey. Oh my God. Are you having a laugh? What,
is that person
too old? What, you think he's just not going to be able to hack the pace?
Yeah, that person that takes the ball off the back four. You know, if United want to play out from the back next season, right, and takes the ball off Lisandro Martinez or Varane, God. That sort of, again, deep line quarterback, kind of figure, just spraying the ball around, passing it around,
and
still makes runs.
Owen can take the ball and break still now. Press resistant, can't get the ball off him. I love Modric. Modric, I feel, will get not disrespected, but like when we speak about like the top, like Zidane's and like, you know what I mean? Oh, you're not Pirlo, or you're not Xavi, you're not Iniesta. He's there with that for me. Like he's there with that, but he's always seen as like not the Iniesta, not the Xavi, not the Zidane. Like do you know what I mean? But he's there.
Is he? Is he not close to Xavi or Zidane?
Yeah, I think he is, but I feel like some people act like he's not. Yeah,
he's achieved more.
He is. He's one of the best central midfielders ever.
How many Champions Leagues he got? 6. 5 or 6. Ballon d'Or.
Good pyramid.
You know,
Modric's old as AF now. Allow it, man. Better than all your favorite youngsters. Better than all your favorite prospects, even now.
Would it worry you if he went to United though that you've got Varane, Modric, and Casemiro all in the same team in 2023, 2024?
Little bit, but not really. Not for the short term, it wouldn't. Because for the short term,
for a season,
2 seasons. Varane's just about to turn 30, isn't he?
Yeah,
or is 30. Why can't Varane? Casemiro and Varane are 30, right? They can play at the top level where we need them to for another 3 years, in my opinion. And in the 3rd year, it might be a bit like maybe let's like get phase out maybe. But experience, bro, you can't. Obviously, you can buy it literally because we have. But people, I think, really underestimate how important it is to have elite players in your squad. Look at what Thiago Silva did, how important he is at Chelsea.
Yeah,
he's 37, isn't he?
Yeah,
He is the Modric of that position.
Yeah,
flawless, bro. He's got a bad injury now, so he's probably gonna be out for a season. Flawless. Every team he's played in, whether it's been AC Milan or it's been PSG, don't matter. These guys are flawless. The World Cup, same thing. Flawless guys, man. Like, and I think we get carried away thinking about the youngsters. And don't get me wrong, you have to have that level of youngsters. You do. You have to have the future. You have to have the players that you build around, the players that can develop. 100%. Don't write off players that are here ready to do it now at the top. That are still, like, the evidence is still saying they're doing it now. It's not like Modric was only good 2 years ago and he's just ticking along. He's not just ticking along. He's doing it at the highest possible peak. He nearly would have got player of the tournament at the World Cup.
No, it's true. And we have this sort of football snobbery, don't we, over here in the Premier League, where old players we go and they would never be able to handle it. And sometimes that they come over and they don't do great, but sometimes they come over and they do far better than anyone ever expected them to. Even Casemiro this season, he won't be able to hack it. He's arguably our best player. They did with Zlatan. When Zlatan came over and carried us, and even that season we finished 6th, and he's still playing. He's still scoring in Serie A.
The top players, obviously age will always catch up with you, and there becomes a point. Well, we saw it with Ronaldo. He just wasn't effective in this system, in this league, in that second season. And even at the World Cup, we saw it as well. He's just not involved how he was. But look at Modric, he just completely is the other spectrum of that. Do you know what I mean? Of being able to continually affect games at that age. And I'm not saying I want us to keep going and buy old players, but when it comes to ball, I do the eye test. I'm not the best at stats. I'm not the best at XGs and looking at the progressive charts of this and the curve goes up, so it shows this. I ain't the best at that. I'm not your man. If you want all the proper in-depth tactical stats thing to back up the thing, to say this and correlations, 100%. There are a lot of people that are, way more in-depth than I am. I just give my honest opinion of what I see and how I see ball. And I see it as a really simple game that has evolved. You know what I mean? Not like what Tim Sherwood said, where just, you know what I mean? It has evolved, but I look at the eye test and I look at how technically good and sound players are on the ball and how they impact the games and what level they're doing it at. And I don't go into this mode of gassing up the new guys too early. Nah, not me. I hate that. I hate gassing up new guys to a top level when we ain't seen it yet. Do you know what I mean? You can say they would be good in this team, but yeah, go on.
What would you rather? Okay, let's say this summer. I mean, the Modric thing is completely splintered off into something else this morning. But let's say there's two options in the summer. One is Frankie de Jong, but it's a bit like last season. I don't really want to come. It's only if I'm going to be forced, if Barca really push it through, deferred payments, but we could get him, yeah? Or Luka Modric, free transfer for 2 years. He's open to it. It could be done quickly, but Frankie's for 5, but you could do it. It's just going to take a long time. But it's back and forth.
If we can get Frankie for 5 years, I'd do it. I'd do it. I mean,
despite the length and the protractedness of it all,
but that's the only thing.
I wouldn't want to be there.
Versus Modric, saying, does want to be there. I don't believe he would want it. So you've painted the thing. What you've done is you've been really clever. Okay, you've been really clever, and I admire you for it. I admire because I like talking about these things. They're fun. They're good football chats. You've painted a hypothetical where really, I know Frankie de Jong don't want to come, and I can't get him out of there. And Modric is like, I'll come, and it's like, I can't say no to that. So,
this is the kind of stuff we'll do.
I want Frankie in for 5 years.
In UVHQ. Say stuff like this, and then this will lead to a discussion for like 45 minutes. And by that point, I've already left the room 5 minutes into it.
What do you think to this? Modric, are we Real Madrid reject United? Are we Real?
Well, that's what United? I was saying about having 3 people.
But you see that comment like that, yeah. This is the thing, yeah. There's 2 ways of looking at getting players that are past their best, right, from Real Madrid. There's 2 ways of looking at it. Like what, let's put respect on who said that. Like LK says, you can see it as we're Real reject United. Yeah? So you see it as a negative. Like, we're just getting their castaways. They're players who ain't good enough.
We're Real Madrid's Masters football team. Masters
football team, right? Or you can look at it and say, hang on a minute. Who are you? In your team, you got McTominay, Fred, and Bruno, in your midfield. Who are you to turn down someone like Luka Modric, who is still, like I say, this is the key bit, not just off name. This isn't about name. This is about what man is currently doing in the game now. Who are you to turn down a short-term deal for Casemiro or Varane, who again can still play ball, who again actually have disproved the thing of the Real reject thing. They're our best players.
Yeah.
These guys, along with the younger Martinez, who, you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. You can't do it all like that, but you sprinkle it out. So yeah, Eriksen was a free and he's 30. That's fine. No brainer. Easy. Small change. Can change the game for us. Casemiro, big money. All right, cool. We wanted the younger version in Frankie de Jong. We were trying to get that 23, 24-year-old that can be there for the next 5, 10 years. We are trying to do that. And in the summer, again, we will do it again. But we don't get to say with players that are still affecting the game now, that are still doing the business now, and have come here and actually proved that they are massively important to where we want to go, that we're just Real Madrid rejects. Nah, mate. Nah.
No, it's true. And even you with Casemiro, a little bit at the time, there was a bit of skepticism of, 100%. How's he going to adapt to the Premier League? And then, like we were just saying earlier on, you realize actually this is why they've won everything in their careers, because they're really good.
Exactly, because they're good and they're still good. Tishang says, Fleck, Modric is saucy, like you say. However, he's not a good fit for us right now. He doesn't fit for us right now. I take that as, if you say the player doesn't fit for us right now, I think that means that they come here and they don't make us better right now. They don't fit what we do right now. But if you put Modric in instead of, say our team was fully fit. So instead of Eriksen, you put Modric.
Yeah,
would we get better or worse?
Erik ten Hag would rip your arm off for Luka Modric.
Oh my days!
Not a year, 6 months. He'd say, yes, please. For a game.
Yeah. But Joe H, so I get what they're saying is Joe H saying no one is doubting Modric's skill level. So basically they think I'm missing the point of like the longevity in having Modric.
But that's what I was saying about the Kante. When we had this similar discussion about Kante last year, I was dead against it for the same reason plus injuries. But that ain't the case for Luka Modric. The guy don't get injured that much, and he's achieved so much. And he can
play 2 years. He can.
He's better than N'Golo Kante. Since we had that conversation, I don't think Kante's played. He still is like returned training at this point, you know. But Modric, that hadn't happened. By the way, also as well, just in the last few minutes as well, it's come from the Times saying a person close to the Qatari Manchester United offer, quote, they work with the order not to return without having concluded an agreement. That's a quote.
Don't leave until you get it done.
They're basically suggesting that, we're working with the mantra of we're not leaving until we get this thing done. So they still want to get it done. Whether or not the Glazers care, or whether the Glazers want to get it done, is you have to have two sides of a deal to get a deal done, not just one. So we shall see, Fleck. We shall see.
We shall see. We shall see. Just to finish off, Luke Shaw will be coming back, safe and sound. He got a red card yesterday. I watched. I forgot England were even playing. I just popped up on my phone at Harry Maguire. Harry Maguire has not broken the all-time England goal-scoring record. That is Harry Kane
in one game.
It came up on my phone that Harry Kane had broken the record from Rooney, and I thought, England are playing. So I just put the TV on, and I went, second half. So I watched the second half. Italy were on us. Italy were on us, and then Luke Shaw got a red card. Rightly so. It was a stupid red card. He got a red. Actually, well, he got a yellow card for I think just taking too long with a throw-in, and then a couple of minutes later, Harry Maguire gave away the ball and there's a counter-attack. Luke Shaw just went steaming in. Oh, no. He went steaming into someone else, actually, after the goal.
I don't care. I don't care. Come home. I was annoyed he got picked anyway, to be honest, for the England squad, because we've all seen in the last few weeks, he looks knackered. He looks exhausted. Like a lot of the United players, he looks fatigued. So
probably done it on purpose.
Yeah, good. So Shaw's back. Rashford's in New York. I don't know if you've seen that. Rashford's
seen him just chilling, peace sign, and he's put downtime as well. Basically saying needed this rest.
It wasn't the knock.
Shameless.
Good.
Love it. 100%. Go New York, bro. Go to the Big Apple. Go shopping. So I'm saying you and the missus go and just chill out, man. Ballied up so nobody annoys you and stuff. Go and do your thing, man. Go buy some crepes. Go and do what you need to do. Go chill. Go chill and then come back next week for training. That's fine by me. I think Bruno nearly played the whole game again. Of course. Martinez played 45, says Kristen. And Diogo Dalot, I think he was an unused sub, I think. And Casemiro. When's Casemiro's games? He's captain, isn't he? Was that last night?
In Brazil. I don't know if that was last night. I don't know when that is. I'll have a check.
Yeah.
I think they've only got one.
Yeah. But then again, he's got 3 games to relax and get over any little knocks he's got. So he may as well play actually to keep him ticking over.
Yeah, that is true.
He can't play when he gets back. Yeah, it's probably better that he has some games. Who else is extremely valuable? Varane retired now, so that's good. He'll be fresh.
Good. Even though he still managed to get injured before the international break.
I know, but it must have been, I don't know.
I think it's okay. I don't think it's anything serious.
Yeah, nothing serious.
Yeah, it's tomorrow. Tomorrow, the Brazil game, Morocco.
Tabitza, to be fair, needs games, actually, because he needs to play. So it's good that he's back with Ralph.
Ralph says to him.
Bloody hell. Actually, no, do you know what? Big up Ralph. I'm not gonna shit on him. I think he's happy for him. I think because he can see that Erik ten Hag's a good guy, got a grip of it.
Yeah,
getting in players like Sabitzer.
He might say he's a good guy, but he didn't want to keep him around. He didn't want to keep Ralph around.
Yeah, that's fine because. But I said that doesn't mean that it's because Ralph's an idiot or Ralph's this or anything like that.
No,
he's just
do you reckon Ralph would have wanted to stay? Or do you reckon Ralph was a bit like, actually, you know what? I got an international job. That's cushy. But then, to be fair, so's an advisor. An advisor, and that advisory role was picking up the phone twice a week. That's pretty cushy too.
Yeah.
And getting paid for it.
He would have wanted to stay, but I just think Erik ten Hag comes in and says, listen, I need to be in control of this full ship here.
It's my thing.
I'll listen to and that's how it should. I kind of agree with that. It wasn't like Ralph was there part of the furniture for ages and then a massively big part of, he was a firefighter who had to come in and you know, really try and steady the ship, and could barely do it because he had an impossible task. Really, let's face it, he had an impossible job. But but Sabitzer being around him is you know, I think that's okay, and just him playing, that's important. Who else do we need in this? Wout Weghorst has gone to international duty. He still needs to play. You could argue that we need him not to get injured.
I know.
Well,
I'm waiting to hear the news about Martial hopefully playing some friendlies or whatever behind closed doors or something.
He has to, man. He has to, because he's been training for ages. He's been training since that training session where I saw him by himself against Barca. So when was that? That was February.
Ages
ago. Early February or mid-February? When was that Barca game at home, the return leg?
Mid-Feb, something like that.
It's about mid-Feb, isn't it? So he's been training. Well, he's training by himself in that one, and then ever since then, he's been training with the team. You know, and he hasn't made the matchday squad once, and he's been in full training as well. So we'll have to see. Sure, and then he's got another 2 weeks now to keep working. He's got to be able to be in the matchday squad against Newcastle.
He have to. If he's not minimum on the bench, there is an issue.
Gotta be. He definitely won't start. The maximum will be on the bench.
You think?
He ain't starting. Yeah, he ain't starting. I think the next time we actually see him will be a sub into a game.
You don't think he does what he did against Man City, where he plays 45?
Nah, I think I think he'll feed him back in the opposite way. Last 20 minutes of a game, bring him in, then build him up to start a game. Then he doesn't finish 90 minutes of that game. Do you think he'll complete 90 minutes for the rest of the season? In one game? Could that be no?
No.
Do you think because Eric won't? Here's one for you. Because Eric won't risk it, and will always keep making sure he doesn't, or because actually,
well, every time this is what's weird is in these games. This is what's crazy, the Martial injury thing. In these games, I think I can only recall was it once that he's actually gone off because he was injured. You know, against Everton, that's when he sort of started, and then they had the camera.
City came off half time because he was complaining.
Yeah, but was he actually injured? But I mean, was it because even going into that game, that was like, oh, he was only ever going to play 45 because they'd rushed him back.
Oh,
That's my point. Yeah, and then we never saw him again.
Yeah, I thought he was meant to play that game with the intention of playing it, the whole thing, and he just at half time he just went, feeling something, because we initially thought Rashford was injured that game, and he said to Rashi, "You need to go out there and play through it." But then
but that was during the game, wasn't it? That was during the game he got.
Yeah, that happened during the game. Yeah,
Rashford. I don't think Martial's going to play 90. And to your point, because I think even if he's okay, they'll be like, he won't risk it.
I agree, and that's the whole point of having Weghorst, so that it takes definitely has taken. It's taken all the load of Martial, because Martial carry no load. But anyway, smash the like on the video, guys. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. If there are any breaking stories, anything big, anything worth running to the table about, we will be live. But what we won't do is just kind of just milk the situation and go live and say nothing, because nothing's changed. I'll be honest. I'll be really honest about that. That's not what we're about. That's not how we operate. But at the same time, we'll stick to our flagship shows, our morning shows, and things like that. So yeah, smash a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you are new. We are out of here. Take care. Peace.